All right, so with my rough arrangement, my basically loop of two different parts, I've recorded a guide guitar. Okay, I actually forgot to press record when I was actually recording the guitar. I told you the YouTube is a new thing to me. All right, so I will make mistakes, and this won't be high quality. Don't expect the next Hollywood production. Okay, video production is a real brand new technology for me personally. I've just been locked into producing music. So what I've done now is I basically recorded a guide guitar, okay, of the chorus part and the verse part. Yeah, the chorus being the hooky part. Yeah, the so this is the next stage is, like I said before, I don't want to go down the rabbit hole of doing tons and tons of work to find out the song doesn't work. And that's happened many, many times where I've had a brilliant idea, and when I actually record it, it doesn't work. It's not good. Um, so, I've got a whole folder full of scrapped ideas. Um, I I always say to myself, I will revisit them, work on them a little bit more, tweak them, a little bit more, and make them into good ideas. But I don't, because if they weren't a good idea then, they're not a good idea now. Okay, you can tell when something's a good idea most of the time. Yeah, there has been a couple of times where I've really laboured away on a song and turned it into something decent, but they're very rare occasions. So my next thing now is to try and come up with like a lyrical hook. Yeah, because that's what most people listen to. They listen to the lyrics. So I normally go through about 10 drafts of lyrics because I don't want them to sound cheesy. I don't want them to sound like everything you've ever heard before. But also on the same token, I do want them to be a little bit catchy. I do. If we're feeling ACDC, yeah, we don't want them to have any deep and meaningful subject matter behind them, yeah. But we want people to enjoy them. Okay, so the next thing is I go through that guide guitar, that loop that I've got, and I write lyrics, yeah, and they will probably be the first draft of lyrics, and we'll see what we get. Now, I might have to speed this up a little bit because just watching me with have a pad of paper that's completely clean, a new pad of paper. Yes, yes, I'm old school. I still write things on a pad of paper. It's what works for me. Yeah, a lot of people there start typing things into their phone or their tablets. I personally prefer the old school method, pen and paper. Now I might have to speed this up a little bit because it'll be a bit boring just watching me press play, press stop, scribbling things down. But we'll see. We'll see. Okay. All right. So started off with our. I realise this is a bit of a funny angle for the camera, but it's basically so you can see my pad of paper. All right. So we start off with our. So I'm thinking the vocal should kind of follow that. So for some reason that I kind of feel like it should be like good things coming or something like that. So we start off with that. Good things coming. Yeah. Good things coming. Good things coming. Good things come. You know that you got good things coming. You know. Let's give that a go. Let's give that a go. You know that you got good things coming. Do-do-do-do. Good things coming. Do-do-do-do. Good things coming. Do-do-do-do. Good things coming. Might have something. Might have something. You know that you got good things coming. There we are. There we are. So there's a start. There's a start. Sometimes in lyrics, it's thinking of the first thing. Yeah. Once you get that start, yeah, then you can go from there. It's when you have a mind blank. It's when you have a mind blank. That's the difficult bit. So as soon as you get a start, you think everything can flow from there. And that's, I mean, this is just like the very first line. It might go well, it might not go well. It might change completely, but it's a start. You can work on it. Okay, so let's see where we go from here. All right, so I think I've got a chorus, and I think it's giving me the vibe of the song as well. Um, it's a bit of a feel good song. It's been more like a self belief type thing. So so I've got like a 4 line chorus, yeah. Um, Still along that line of good things coming. So we use that as our temporary title, good things coming, because how I started this song is at the moment called because that's the riff I had a minute. So we've got good things coming as our working title. Yeah, we'll call it a working title. It might not be the final title. So I've got a 4 line chorus. Yeah. So now I'm going to go into the verse. So I want to try and keep the same sort of vibe. Right. So I'm probably going to speed this bit up because watching me write and keep pressing the space bar to repeat things is boring. Boring. Okay. All right. So done a very rough first pass of lyrics. They flowed out really quickly. Yeah, sometimes that happens. Sometimes you just have to think and think and think. But they're a first pass. They're not final lyrics. Okay, there will be tweaks and changes. But the thing that will give me is it will give me the groove of the song, the flow of the song, the feel. Yeah. Um, you know, every artist in the world changes lyrics. Yeah, I do remember hearing a funny story about when the Beatles were doing "Little Help with My Friends." Um, the line where it goes, "Would you stand up and walk out on me?" originally was, "Would you throw some tomatoes at me?" or something along those lines. So people do it all the time, okay? But this is more to get the flow, to get the feel, all right, to get the vibe of the song. Um, for me, music is not a mathematical thing. It's a feeling. Yeah, it's an art. Music is an art. So you gotta input the feelings. You gotta get the vibe. You gotta get the groove. Okay, you gotta have something that grabs you. Okay, um, so I've got a first pass of lyrics. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna work on the arrangement because at the moment, verse, chorus are boring. Yeah. And also as well, we've got to have a solo in there because it's a bit of a rocking number. So we've got to have a solo. Yeah. Um, so I'm going to work on the arrangement. I'm thinking chorusy bit to begin with. Yeah. That gives us a hook. And then we'll have a verse, a chorus, a verse, a chorus. And then I'm going to try this. We'll either have like a breakdown where we pull everything down, and maybe when it's in the recorded version, it'll just be like a little bit of incidental guitar, maybe just like bass and drums, yeah. And then we'll kick into a solo, and then we'll have a double chorus, yeah. Because after a solo, double chorus is cool, yeah. Everybody knows that. And then we'll have a little bit of an outro. Outro will probably go back to the to the verse chords, yeah, just a groove on the outro. All right. This is only going to be a short song as well. Yeah, I'm just looking at this. It's a short song, but it doesn't have to be a 10-minute epic all the time. Okay, short and punchy is where it's at. So like I said earlier, sometimes just keep it simple. Keep it simple. Okay, so we'll have a look at the arrangement now. Okay. Okay, so worked on the arrangement a little bit. Got a nice drum groove going on. I've decided to go for what is called a money beat. Okay, bearing in mind that this song is very much in the vein of AC/DC. A money beat is where it's at. Yeah, you listen to any of Phil Rudd's drumming, it's perfect for the band. Yeah, just straightforward driving, giving it some balls. Okay, so I've gone for a nice, eighths kick snare, just driving beat. Okay, now the arrangement I've come up with, because I didn't want it to be too samey all the way. I mean, we needed some break in there a little bit. So what we're doing is we've got an arrangement of we'll open up with the chorus because we want to get that hook. Yeah, we've got to get that hook in there. And then we go into a verse, yeah, into a chorus, into another verse. I know I actually afterwards realised I wrote 3 verses. Okay, so we've got 3 verses in this song. So we're going to open up with a chorus, verse, chorus, verse, chorus. Then we're going to go into a solo. Yeah. Now, because this is like a punchy song, we're only going to have like 8 bars of solo. Okay. And then we're going to go into a bridge where we pull it down. Okay. Because we want the ears to sort of go, oh, something different's happening here. Then after the bridge, we're going to go double chorus because remember, double choruses are great. Yeah. And then we're going to groove out with the verse part towards the end of the song, just groove out, okay? Now maybe, I won't know until I'm putting down the solos, maybe we'll put some licks over the top of that, yeah? Then we're going to go for a big ending, boom, 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 okay? All in all, it's not a long song. It's not a long song at all. But, length is not important, as they say. Okay, so what I've had to do is because I've changed the arrangement a bit, I've relayed the guide guitar. Okay, now personally, I like the guide guitar in there because the next thing I'm going to do is put some bass on. All right, and if you've got that guide guitar in there, it gives you a bit of oomph for performance. Yeah, oomph for performance. So that's the next thing we're going to do. We're going to put some bass on. Now the way I record this bass is basically it's a DI more or less, and I'm going to put a compressor on there, and I'm also going to use my Sons amp. Everybody is different with how they record. For bass, I like using the Sons amp. It's something I got introduced to by a friend of mine, John Mitchell, many years ago, and it's just one of those things, works for me, so I'm sticking with it. Okay, so we're going to start laying down some bass. Now the feel I want to go for, once again, because this is an AC/DC feel song, let's channel some Inner Cliff, shall we? But I put my own slant on it. Yeah, I'm not just you know, I'm not here to copy anyone. I'm here to channel the feeling of the song. Okay.